You gave the opening remarks at this event last year. What's your advice to Rachel Sennott, who's doing it this year?
Oh, she's doing it. I'm so excited she's doing it. Because I was wondering, who is it going to be this year? Because it's a tough gig. It's early in the morning. You want to be funny, but people are kind of still waking up. She doesn't need my advice. She is such a pro and is so funny and so herself already at this young age. So I feel like my advice would always be to call out what's really going on in the room, which is like, we're all tired. We all have to wake up at the crack of dawn, like kind of breaking the tension of like, we all like had to get our hair and makeup team in at 4:00 in the morning and like shoo off raccoons. So, like we're all like just looking stunning at 8 a.m. And just kind of how that's a different world for women than men. I think like just speaking to the women's experience of like we have to work a little bit harder than men do because of the fact that, I always just think about when I'm in hair and makeup and I'm preparing for a speech or I'm preparing for some jokes I have to do and I'm reading through notes and like, I'm like, oh, men can just like read their notes. They don't have to like have a pencil in their eye while they do it or like hold still and hold their phone up here so they can read the script. Like there's a lot of things we have to like, we have to look a certain, like we're all trying to be ourselves and not care about how we look so much, but the pressure is still on, obviously. And so, just speaking to that experience, but she'll do it. She's amazing. I can't wait.
I love that. And for you, I remember last year, you started preparing for the Golden Globes super early. You ran the monologue so many times. What's your plan this year?
Same plan, I think I start doing sets and running it this week. I think tomorrow night I'm doing like 3 sets and then it'll be like 3 or 4 sets a night until January 11th. So we're like over a month out. So I have so much runway ahead of me to just nail it. And it's just going to be the same process of watching all the movies and just trying to approach things differently than I did last year. It's like, felt like I nailed it last year and I want to bring that same energy to it. But like, what can we do differently? Oh, they kind of know me a little bit more this year. So I'll have a little bit more leeway to get away with some stuff than I didn't last year because I felt like last year I had to really introduce myself to everyone and get them comfortable and like, I'm not going to hurt you. And this year I can hurt them. No, I'm not going to hurt them, but I'm way calmer going into it this year because it's just easier to do anything that you've done before. Yeah.
Who is someone that needs to behave themselves this next month so they don't get roasted harder than they're already going to get roasted?
I'm trying to think. I'm not really going to roast anyone. I mean, I feel like,
Maybe Timmy?
Timmy was such a good sport last year. I feel like I need to lay off of him this year. I feel like I just saw Marty Supreme. I got like an early screener and it was so good. And I think again, like I've learned from last year, like everyone has like such a good sense of humor about things. And that's such a great room. I mean, I think it's the ideal awards show. Everyone's at tables. Everyone's kind of a little drunk. They've eaten. And it's just a little bit more of a party atmosphere, and it's a little bit more. It feels like a comedy club a little bit more. So I feel like it's just everyone's just in a good mood, and they can take it. They can really take it a lot harder than I thought they could. I was really treading carefully last year, so I think that this year everyone should kind of watch out, I guess.
And since we're celebrating women in Hollywood here this morning, who's a woman in Hollywood who's really inspired you over this last year?
Tilly Norwood, the AI actress.
Not Tilly.
Perfect. Who's inspired me this year? I would say, Gwyneth Paltrow in Marty Supreme, I just thought we haven't seen her on screen for a while, I guess. Maybe I haven't noticed, but like it was the first time I feel like I'd seen her in a while. And she just was so sexy. She was like, not wearing makeup in a lot of it. And I was just like marveling at how she's like this, beauty icon and it runs this brand that is promoting just like wellness and looking snatched. But she just looks so natural and just gorgeous. And like, it's just an example of how I want to age in this business because she's not really aging. Let's be honest. Like I'm not trying to, I just feel like she's just so herself. And I just felt like her character, she nailed this role. And I just look up to her. She's like always uplifting, me included, had me on her podcast, women that she's consuming culture and uplifting young women. And I just felt truly inspired by her. I'm trying to think of anyone else that Audrey Hobart. I don't know if you know who she is. She's Gracie Abrams' writing partner, and she's setting out on her own tour. I feel like she just released an album. She has been really inspiring. Her music has been the soundtrack to my life recently. It's just so autobiographical, so detailed, so silly. She leans into this like awkwardness that comes off as so hot, and it's captivating. And so I've been really like watching a lot of her stuff and trying to channel her energy of like someone so young just being able to be so authentically themselves. And I think that's what this younger generation has given me, is like they just know themselves so much better than we did, even better than I know myself now. Rachel and all the cast of I Love LA, like just authenticity throughout. Just anyone who's just being that is just so sexy to me.
I love that. We need to get to the Audrey tour,
Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait to dance along with it, and just like someone just seeing them like become a star overnight. I've watched her performance. If you haven't seen her performance on, I think it was Fallon, you have to watch it. It's just like the most creative, most like just bold debut of a pop artist I've seen in a while, and I love her so much.